Goes on. So I'm going to get Mark to do a guided tour of what he's doing in the bunker. Well, and what his latest model that he's working on, and he'll explain that, and then we'll do a bit of a guided tour of the bunker. What are you doing?
It's a model of a Bell OH-13 Sioux helicopter. I think they come from the late 40s in America originally, but they were used in Vietnam early on, used in Korea, and also, of course, star in the series M.A.S.H, also the film of M.A.S.H. My dad gave me one as a model when I was small for Christmas. I don't know what happened to it. It probably fell apart quite rapidly. But Italeri have come out with a new version of, it's probably an old kit of theirs, they come up with a new version. It's not a M.A.S.H one. And it gives you, you know, there's a whole selection of different ones you can make, different air forces and things. But I thought, I'll get one and I'll convert it to a M.A.S.H one. So I've got as far as this. Oh, still in bits, really.
You've come a bit too close, really. You were all right where you were. Okay.
Well, I want to lift it out.
All right.
So there's the body of it. It's fuel tanks didn't fit desperately well, so I had to work on those a bit. There's the bubble canopy when I get to that. And there's the central rotor. There's the two rotor blades. And I found some old crew from a different airplane entirely, a B-17 I think. So I'll probably convert one of those to sit inside it. And because it didn't come with stretcher carriers, I've made a couple of stretcher carriers out of spare bits of metal, which will stick on the sides there.
Can you hold those up so that we can see them because they're laying flat? So you made those. Did you make those today?
Yeah. There's one each side. I mean, if you've seen M.A.S.H, you will be familiar with this. One each side. And I made, because I think they had originally little tiny plastic canopies to shield the patient's faces. A bit loose. I made a pair of those as well. That's not how it'll sit, but you get the general idea. So that's it.
Good. Do you want to show us your cupboards?
No, not really.
Go on.
You laugh.
I wouldn't.
I laugh.
I wouldn't. What have you got in your cupboards?
In my cupboard I've got stores of models waiting to be built. And it's because when I was much younger, I never had enough money to buy models, and I'd see a new model would come out and I'd think, oh, I'd like one of those. And by the time I'd got money, I'd say, oh, I know. They'd stop making them, so you couldn't find them again. So I started buying kits that I really liked, so that one day, you know, when I got money, I started buying kits that I really liked, so that one day I could build them.
When you retire?
And the result is I've ended up with more than I'm ever going to finish making. However,
what we thought was that we've got a big building down the end of the garden.
What's this we?
Well, we've got what I thought. Got a big building down the end of the garden, and if Mark gets dementia, I'm going to get
next week. I've got it on. It's on my schedule next week.
Going to get a path built and like some shop fitting, and make it into a shop and take him. Oh, I can't undo that. You have to undo that. Take him down there once a day to the shop to buy himself a model, because he won't know.
Well, you were keeping this secret, were you?
No.
So I haven't heard this.
You won't remember though, will you?
Yeah, I'm going to write it down.
Will you? Okay. So what else have you got in here? Okay, wait for the gimbal. The gimbal's going the wrong way. I don't want you to go that way. I want you to go that way. Okay.
So there's
we
some
got
more completed models.
some tanks. One of those.
Then
This is the gimbal's going into collapse mode again.
we don't show the bunkers.
I just nearly fell over then. I'll come back for the bumpers. I'm having trouble with the gimbal. The tank.
The remote control Tiger tank.
Tiger tank.
It runs. It makes the right noises, and the turret rotates. And
This is a more recent. Where is it? Halifax.
it's a Halifax B3, which my father served in as an air gunner. He would have been in that turret there, and it's 77 Squadron. And he served in February 1945 till the end of the war. That's a Lockheed Lightning, different scale.
And a Tilly.
A Tilly. You see Mini Cooper?
Is that a military model?
No. And the boat?
Oh, you built the Mini Cooper,
Yeah,
didn't you? I
built the Mini
forgot.
Cooper.
And a boat.
That's a Breton sloop made out of wood. The kit just supplied you with strips of wood that you glue together.
Okay. Bunker. Do we need to do the bunker?
Well, that's interesting to me.
Okay.
Future projects. That's a bunker here. That would be one of the beaches of Normandy with an anti-tank gun in it. That's another big bunker. There's another set of bunkers.
There, yeah.
This is my father's Aircrew Escape Map. If you were shot down over Germany, you stuffed it in your pocket like a handkerchief so the Germans wouldn't find it. And when you got away, you could get it out and find your way if you had a microscope with you.
Is that France?
No, that's Germany.
Oh, it's Germany. All right.
Probably the borders. Switzerland down here.
What's this wheel?
That is the wheel off a M.A.S.H 109 shot down in Kent in 1940. The pilot, I think, was a Gerhard Muller-Due. I think it was September the 18th, 1940, the hardest day, they say.
Right. Okay.
But my dad was
precise.
My dad was too young to serve. It's in a book, you see.
Oh yeah.
My dad was too young to serve at that point, but him and a mate used to leap on a motorcycle and rush to the crash site before the Home Guard or the police turned up, nick as much as possible. So he nicked this wheel, and I've still got it.
And there's pieces of, if you move to the side, there's pieces of...
Bits off the same aircraft. There's a exhaust cover and exhaust ejector from the same Messerschmitt. Bits of duralumin. There's a maker's plate of a Dornier 17. It's a German Iron Cross.
What's that up there?
That's another fragment of duralumin off a skinning off a Messerschmitt 109.
And then, what's this then?
That's another kit.
When did that come?
Recently. Allied Bailey
You got
Bridge.
room in your cupboard for it?
No. Bailey Bridge.
Bailey Bridge. No, you didn't show it enough. Okay.
There's a set of figures to go with a British World War One tank, and that is a British World War tank, Mark V.
Oh. So you have run out of room in your cupboards?
I've also run out of time. I'm working as hard as I can, as you can see.
Okay. Right, thank you for that. Before my gimbal collapses, I'm going to...
Remote control trucks.
Yeah, but hold on. I don't know what I'm looking at now because I'm walking around here and the gimbal's doing its own thing. Come on, gimbal. There we go. Is that the one Phil sent you?
Yes, and this one, and those over there. But those are the ones that look in one piece, more or less.
Okay. So there we are. Why is it called a bunker?
I don't know. Just is.
We call it your bunker, don't we? Instead of your shed or your study or your whatever. Okay. Thanks for that. A plus.